For me, my question, I think Lisa might have hit on this earlier, just that how do you promote yourself and it not feel icky? Where, um, how do you provide pretty much what we've done as nurses for our whole careers but then charge a fee for it, as far as, supporting and doing all that we have done, most of us, I'm sure, throughout our nursing career. And I think that's the piece that I'm struggling with now is like how to market myself, who do I collaborate with? Um, and how do you do that in a way that can feel good?
That's really an important question, Shelley, and I'm glad you brought it up. And again, it's going to be bigger. The answer is bigger than what I can put into this little
Right.
time.
Mhm.
I do have a course, the Get More Clients course, that is all about that question and how to do the work, to be prepared to be in those conversations with people where we're meeting people where they are, really coming from our empathy and our nursing ethics, which are so precious and so rare, I'm discovering out in the conventional marketing and business world. So I'll see if I can give you something useful in a nutshell. I would say the first thing is to identify as clearly as you can who you most want to work with and serve, and what is their most urgent problem, or their problem that keeps them up. And just go with your gut to start with, but then you're going to be open to refining that as you work with more and more people and hear more closely what their problems and needs are. It'll get clearer. And then do everything you do in your business goes around that or aligns with that. And when it comes down to doing your marketing, you're telling them who you are and what you have to offer in the most credible and compassionate way and direct. Like, we really don't need all these big pitches and all learning strategies, which often come down to layers of manipulation or exploitation of people or pressure. What we need is showing up as the professionals we are and telling people we have something that will help them, in an honest way.
I think it's something that I know in here. The struggle for me is I'm kind of an introverted person, and when I feel very confident about what I'm talking about, I'm good. But it's that approaching others and in those new situations that I know I'm just going to have to overcome. I think that is my real fear, is just putting myself out there, and I know I'm going to fail, and I know that that's part of it. But it's hard to actually take that step, I think.
It really is. And nurses especially, it's hard for us. We are used to having all these parameters and procedures and policies that keep us, we still take risks every hour of the day, but there's still a lot set up for us as a pathway to follow in our nursing roles. And that's it, direct care or education or wherever we are. But when we're entrepreneurs, it's like the opposite.
Yeah.
There aren't those parameters and lanes. And the only way we can succeed is to experiment, learn, experiment and learn, experiment. It's really the opposite of what we've done as nurses. So keep coming to these and come get our courses too if you're interested. If you're on our mailing list, I'll talk about this more sometimes in our newsletters. There's actually quite a lot to unpack as far as the nuances of how to do that thing that I described in 2 minutes of being honest and direct. There's many little layers and things that build. So, yes, Shay,
Thank you.
what would you like to add?
So
mindset has a lot to do with everything. As an introvert myself, also, one of the ways that I work with my mindset is by listening to guided imagery and by listening to binaural beats meditations. And that really helps me stay focused in the place where I do feel safe. And safe, by the way, is not the same as discomfort. We're going to be uncomfortable when we stretch ourselves, right? But we do want to, it is okay for us to feel safe. And I think that, like Sharon was speaking in terms of the extractionist point of view and the pushy point of view of a lot of marketing and the manipulation, we tend to move out of a place that's really safe, and it, it puts us on edge just as much as it puts our potential client on edge. But what's really helpful is if we allow ourselves to have the safety that we need and that we desire, and to make the invitation from that place. And again, borrow confidence as much as you can.
Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.